Hey friends, this is Totally Drawesome, the best art show in the galaxy. Today, let's learn how to draw a Minecraft creeper.
Welcome to the super cool, mega fun, totally drawesome, super cool, mega fun, totally drawesome, super cool, mega fun, totally drawesome art show.
Hello again. My name is Felix, your internet art teacher who owns way too many sweaters for it to be healthy. My special guest today is... Whoa. What? Did that explosion break the puppet button? That could only mean... Hey. I feel like we're doing something illegal here. Yeah, like you're me. And I'm you. Weird. Should we just move forward and teach them how to draw a Minecraft creeper? The stage is yours, good sir. This is so strange. Okay, well, it's not every day you see yourself looking back at yourself, looking at yourself as a puppet. So that happened. Let's get into this drawing. Today we're learning how to draw a Minecraft creeper. So as usual, I've got my blank piece of paper and my trusty Sharpie. So the first thing we're gonna draw is the front of the creeper's face. So if you imagine a square right about here on this part of the page, we're going to find the top corner of that square, which for me is gonna be right about here. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw a dot, just like this. From that dot, I'm going to hover over it and move down just about here and draw another dot. Now from that first dot, we're going to hover over that point, draw an imaginary line across the page, just like this. And instead of drawing a dot directly across from it, we're actually going to move our marker up just a little bit and draw a dot. And then we're going to hover over this second dot, draw an imaginary line out, and come up just a little bit, not quite as much as we did with the first one. Now we play connect the dots and connect these dots the best we can. And you know what? If you wanted to go grab a ruler, that would work too. I'm just gonna do my best to eyeball it and connect these dots, like so. So if you notice, these lines aren't perfectly straight. Some of them are angled. The square actually looks like it's skewed a little bit, and I did that on purpose, and I'll show you why in just a second. From this point right here, we're going to draw an imaginary line over, just like this, and then we're gonna come down just a hair and draw a dot. Fill that in a little bit better. And then from this bottom corner, we're going to draw an imaginary line and come up just a little bit, not quite as much as that other dot. And just like before, let's play connect the dots. We're going to connect this point to this point. We're going to connect here to here and here to here. Now the reason these lines aren't perfectly straight is because when you draw them at an angle like this, it draws the character in what's called perspective. It looks like parts of the creeper are going off into the distance because we're drawing on a flat page, so we're doing our best to make it look 3D. All right, let's draw the creeper's eyes and mouth. Find the center of this square area right here, which for me is right about here. And then from that point, I'm gonna move down just a little bit and draw a dot. Now I'm gonna draw a horizontal line through that dot, but it's important to try and follow the same angle as these lines here. We don't want to draw it perfectly straight. We want to try and follow the angle of these lines that we made. So it'll look something like this. That's the top of the creeper's mouth, and we're going to draw the rest of the mouth in just a second. But first, let's draw the creeper's eyes. So from the end of this line right here, we're going to hover over it and come up and draw a dot, just like this. And the same thing on the other side. Come up and draw a dot. And we have a little small-faced box just floating in space. From this dot, we're going to come up and draw another dot. And let's go ahead and do the same thing from this dot. Come up and draw a dot. And then from this dot here, we're gonna hover over and slide our pen over and draw a dot just like this. And same thing from this dot. Slide over and draw a dot. Now let's go and connect these 4 dots like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We should have a square on this side of his head. Let's do the same thing on the other side. From this dot, slide over, draw a dot, and from here, slide over, draw a dot, and then we connect them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2 eyes. Now the creeper's mouth looks a little funny. It kind of looks like he's frowning, and it kind of looks like his mouth is open, and sometimes it looks like he has a mustache. But to draw his mouth, we're going to go from the end of this line, and we're going to draw a small line down. Same thing on the other side. So you should have this sort of frown shape. Then from this line, we're gonna draw a horizontal line out just like this. Same thing on the other side, just like this. And then from this line, we're gonna go all the way down to the edge of his face, just like this. Same thing on the other side. Kind of looks like a little building now. 2 windows and a big door. So now what we wanna do is find where these 2 points meet, hover over it with your drawing tool, and come all the way down to the bottom of his face and draw a dot. And let's do the same thing on the other point. Find where these 2 points meet, hover over, follow that down, and draw a dot. Now from that first dot, we're gonna draw a line that comes up just a little bit to about there. And then the same thing on the other one. From this dot, draw a small line that comes up just like that. And then we're gonna connect these 2 lines just like this. Now before we fill everything in, let's draw a couple things in his eyes. In this eye here, we're going to draw a small square just like this. Let's go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Small line and another small line. And then in this little area right here where it's nice and clear, we're gonna draw a small square just like this. Same thing on the other side. Now you take your drawing tool and fill in this area, and his mouth, just like this. So the white areas in his eyes should look like there's a little bit of a shine to them. All right, at this point you should have a floating creeper head at the top portion of your page. Let's draw his body and his legs. For his body, we're going to find a point just below the edge of his mouth right here, and we're going to draw a small dot. Now we're going to draw a horizontal line from that dot all the way out to the end where it lines up with the edge of his head, just like this. From here, we draw a line out just like this, and we stop. And then from this line right here, we're going to draw an imaginary line out, not all the way to the edge of his head, to about here, and we're going to come down just a little bit to here. Now we can connect the end of this line to that dot, just like that. Now find the point where these 2 lines meet. We're going to place our drawing tool down, and we're going to draw a line that comes down just like this. And from the end of the line that we just drew, we're going to hover over that point, draw an imaginary line out just like this, and then come up just a little bit. Now that dot that we just made should be just about in line with this dot up here. So if we connect those 2 like this, we should have 2 lines that are kind of in parallel. And then we connect these last 2 points just like this. We're not gonna draw this line just yet because we're gonna draw his legs first so we know where this line ends. Creepers actually have 4 legs and no arms, so let's draw his first leg. So to draw his first leg, we're gonna find the point where these 2 lines meet, which is right here. We're gonna draw an imaginary line out to about here and come up just a little bit and draw a dot. And let's go ahead and connect the end of this point to that dot right there. Now, if you imagine a tall rectangle that's kind of tilted, that's exactly what we're gonna draw right here. So from this first point, we're going to draw a line that angles down to about here. So we're gonna come down like this and stop. So if you notice, the angle here is what's called a right angle. It's a perfect right angle. And go ahead and draw a line from this dot right here, just like this. So it matches this line and it's in parallel. And then we're gonna connect these 2 points just like this. From this bottom point, we're going to hover over it and draw an imaginary line out and then come up just a little bit to about here. And let's go ahead and connect where these 2 lines meet with that dot, just like this. Now, if you notice the angle of this line, we're gonna draw that same line, but just right up here. So from here, we're gonna draw up just like this, and then go ahead and connect those 2 lines, just like that. Now, if we find where these 2 lines meet, we're going to hover over that point and come down just a little bit and draw a dot. And then we're gonna draw a line that comes out just like this. We're gonna follow that same sort of angle and then come down just like this. If you notice, this line comes past this line just a hair. Now we're going to hover over this point here, move our marker over just a little bit and draw a dot. And from there, we're going to draw another line that follows this same angle, just like this. Now we connect these 2 points, and that's his other leg. Now we need to make the back portion of this leg to make it look 3D just like this one. So to do that, we're going to hover over this point and we're going to, at an angle, come down and draw a small dot, just like this. Now we connect the end of those two lines to that dot, and then we draw from that dot a line that comes straight up and runs into that foot. Now we're gonna take a look at this angle right here, and we're gonna draw that exact same line, but coming from this point here. So we come here and draw a line just like that. Now we can just connect those 2 points, and we should have 2 legs that kind of look like they have some shape to them. Now that we know where that leg is, we can take this line from his body, and we can just pull this line all the way down until it runs into the top of his leg. And for his other leg, we're going to hover over this point where these 2 lines meet, and at an angle, we're going to move our pen out and draw a dot right here. Let's go ahead and connect that dot to that angle right there. And then we're going to draw a line that comes down and runs into his body. So it looks like there's a little triangle sticking out of his back. Now, just like with these right angles here, we're going to draw a right angle line coming from these 2 points. So if you come over to this point, we're going to draw a line that comes down just like this. So if you notice, this angle is a right angle. And same thing from this point. Draw a line that comes down just like this. And let's go ahead and connect those 2 points. From this point here, we're going to draw a line that comes out just like this. Stop right about there. And then we're going to connect this point to the bottom of his body just like this. And the last thing we're going to do is take this point on his head right here and draw a very steep angle that connects to the body like this. And from the other side, the same thing. All right, if you followed all of those steps, you should now know how to officially draw your very own Minecraft creeper. So did you even do the drawing? Nope, I'm trying to fix this button with a hammer, a paper hammer. I can tell you just drew it. It's a hand-drawn hammer. Yep. Okay, well, while he finishes fixing the puppet button with a paper hammer, let's try and answer that age-old question. What's my cookie cutter? I recently discovered a wonderful little subreddit where people submit pictures of cookie cutters and ask the internet to help them figure out what the shapes are supposed to be. While many people are very helpful in actually helping solve these little mysteries, there are people like myself that love trying to figure out what else these cookie cutters could possibly be. I found this shape and I honestly have no idea what it's supposed to be, so I thought it could be fun to try and solve it on camera with all of you. The first thing I like to do is just rotate the shape around and see if maybe something catches my eye. Maybe a fish? I think I see something. I think I know what it's supposed to be. Well, I'm not 100% sure what the cookie cutter was actually supposed to be, but I definitely saw a crab playing with a beach ball. What did you see in that cookie cutter? Let me know in the comments below. Still working on that button, huh? Are you even gonna do today's drawing? Are you even listening? Oh, he's still doing his own thing. I'm sure he'll get to the drawing eventually. When the new year hits, one thing I really like to do is grab a fresh new sketchbook and spend that year filling its pages with art. While we wait for Puppet Felix to finish up, let's fill the first page of my brand new sketchbook together. Along with the new sketchbook, I also just got these brand new Posca paint pens that I think I'll use on my first page. Since we drew a Minecraft creeper today, I think I'll fill my first page with funny, different creeper faces just to see what they might look like with different expressions. Sketchbooks are a really great way to keep track of the art you make, and they're a lot of fun to look back through once you've filled a good number of them. If you have a sketchbook, you should join me and challenge yourself to see if you can fill an entire book with art. And it's done. Nice work. You fixed the button. But, did you do today's drawing? I sure did. While I was waiting for the button's flux capacitor to reboot to 1.21 gigawatts, I had time to draw this. Oh, nice. A puppet Minecraft creeper. That turned out great. Oh, and I had the chance to color mine as well. What do you think? I love it. You're pretty good at this drawing thing. You should start a show or something. You're a funny guy. Well, I think that's everything for today. Do we still push the button even though you're here? I mean, you can't have a giant red button in front of you and not push it, right? Fair point. All right, well, thanks for joining us today, everyone. We'll see you next time. This is gonna be safe, right? I have no idea. Wait, what? Oh, well, this is a surprise.